I'm about to drop generational advice, just completely life changing. If you've taken psychology classes, whatever you've gotten taken through a semester in college or high school or whatever, you're going to learn more in the next 12, 13 minutes than you've learned, more applicable knowledge in the next 12 or 13 minutes than you learned that entire semester. And so go and get a notepad out if you need, get whatever you need, and get ready to listen here. I'm going to be talking about how we can absolutely dominate and overcome our limited emotions and how this in turn changes ourselves and changes the perspective in which we view life. And it's going to be simple, and it's going to be applicable, and it's going to be easy. I'm telling you, brain change is easy when you learn how to do it the right and effective ways. I spent a year of my life going and reading these videos and watching YouTube videos and learning all these different things, reading these different books. And did I say reading videos? How fantastic is that? And there's so many things that made sense, so many things that didn't, so many things that were maybe out there that I'm like, okay, whatever, but this is what actually works. In the last 2 months, I've made more progress in shifting my mindset and beliefs in the way that I view the world than I did for the first 10 months because I figured out what actually worked. And now I have a system that I believe is replicable, that anybody can have, and it's so easy. But if you haven't watched my other video about how to develop new empowering beliefs about yourself, go back and watch that. It's a necessary fundamental. And if you have, here's the 30-second recap. Beliefs are decisions you've accepted to be true. You can make a new decision at any time. And the way that the belief works is it's the way that you go and it's the perception and the way that you view the world. And so you see the world through the lens of your beliefs about yourself and it. When you go and change your beliefs, then you change your perception of the way that you view the world, and it completely can shift the way you view yourself and the people that you draw into your life and the experiences that you have. The way that you go and change your beliefs is you make a new decision. You write down the new decisions of what you want to believe about yourself and the world. In the morning, you read it. You read it out loud. You read it with passion in your mind, whatever. And then in the evening before you go to bed, you use that confirmation bias. And you write down the reasons why each of those decisions you made about yourself, why you always succeed, whatever it is, you write down why that was true for you that day. You repeat that for 21 to 30 days, you have completely new beliefs cemented in yourself. That's already probably one of the best pieces of advice in the first 2.5 minutes that you'll ever hear in your life. And if you follow through and actually apply that, super simple, super easy, you're shifting the completely whole lens of where you view the world. You're actually working and changing your foundation for the first time in your life. And so that was more than 30 seconds, but it's all right. Let's go to this focus of this video here, which is how we can dominate our old negative emotions. I'm going to do this one with the specific form of jealousy in mind, okay? Sun Tzu, he said, know thy enemy. And so first, if we want to go and know how we can dominate jealousy, we got to understand exactly what it is. And so the way you can learn truth about anything, it's actually pretty simple. You go and think, okay, what does jealousy look like for me in my life? And you think, what does jealousy look like in nature? Nature has all the answers. So if you take maybe 90 seconds to think about that, you'll have like a generally pretty solid understanding of what it is. You don't need to go read 15 books. But the other thing is there you can go, and the other way that I decided I was going to learn more is I did that for myself. I got my basic understanding, and then what I did is I went to the Bible, and I read the story of Cain and Abel. And this tells us exactly everything we need to learn about it. So the story of Cain and Abel, if you're unfamiliar, Cain goes and offers the Lord a sacrifice. Lord rejects it. Abel offers one. The Lord accepts it. And then Cain eventually became extremely jealous, and he killed and slaughtered his brother Abel. Pretty unfortunate. But if we dissect this here, we can learn exactly what happened. And so jealousy at the root of it is this thought or this belief that I'm not good enough, or I'm not inherently worthy for this specific person or thing, right? That's what's at the root. That's exactly what's happening, and you're falling for and believing that. But the reason why you don't feel that as worthlessness, right, is because when you look at it, David Hawkins' scale of consciousness at the top is gratitude, joy, love, like these different energies or emotions. That's what the highest vibrational energy states to be in. The worst ones, lowest vibrations, are shame, worthlessness, and guilt. And so to avoid ourselves from being stuck in those vibrations, what jealousy is, it's us projecting that pain onto somebody else. So instead of feeling and dwelling in the pain of the thought that I'm not good enough or I'm not inherently worthy for this thing or this person, you're projecting it through jealousy onto them, or frustration onto them or the person, or even onto yourself, because it's a higher vibration. Jealousy and anger are actually higher vibrations on the scale of consciousness than worthlessness and shame. So that's exactly what's happening. So every time, let's get this very real, very practical now. Let's go out of this scale of consciousness stuff, and let's look at how this actually works in life, right? Situation, me and you, all of us, we understand. You got that person that you like, and they're giving their attention to somebody else. And you still this jealousy, this frustration with them, with you, with the other person, right? What's happening right here is you're projecting the thought that I'm not good enough or worthy enough for this person, and you're projecting it onto them. Because if you notice, think about it the other times, when you walk in the room, you're in love with life, when you feel completely confident, when you're sure and certain in your self-worth, you're fine. It doesn't bug you at all. It doesn't have any power. It doesn't affect you. Not even on your mind. And so you can understand that doesn't happen. You don't feel that in those specific times because you're not falling for that lie. And here's something else now that we can understand. So now we know exactly what happens. Every single time you're feeling this jealousy towards a specific person, thing, situation, whatever, you can understand I'm falling for the old lie that I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy enough, the same one that Cain fell for. And so the way that we go and can change this is you have your decision matrix. You have your belief matrix. You have the new decisions about yourself that you believe about you in the world. And that's your ammunition. So the first step is when you're in this specific circumstance, when you see that person you like and it starts coming up, is you go and you detach. You think, whoa, that's the old line. I'm not falling for that anymore. And you have your ammunition of your new decisions about yourself. And that's where you start repeating them in your mind. You go, oh my gosh, I'm worthy of everything that I deserve. I'm worthy of everything that I desire. I succeed at everything that I do. I'm completely detached from others' expectations and results. My dream relationship is waiting for me. You go and repeat that, it's gone. It has no power over you. Here's the issue. This all makes sense consciously, but how do we remember in that moment? It's a lot harder to remember that specifically. And so here's where the rubber meets the road of just the easiest, most applicable way that we can dominate and overcome these situations is under your decision matrix that you have about yourself, which is the new decisions that you're reinforcing every single day of your new beliefs that are creating a new foundation, the way that you view the world. Under that, think about the situation that kind of irks you the most, whether that makes you feel the most insecure or that gets you the most doubtful or whatever it is. Think about that specific situation and maybe write down what it is at the bottom of this thing, and then write down the lie you're falling for, because behind all this specific thought or feeling is inherent belief. Because think about this, you maybe heard that your thoughts drive your feelings drive your actions, and your actions drive your results. That's not correct. Your beliefs drive your thoughts drive your feelings drive your actions drive your results. And so all of your thoughts that are coming up are actually in line with specific beliefs that you have about yourself and the world. Those are going to be the ones that are going to come up the most common. And so if you can change your belief, it's going to completely shift the thoughts that are going to come up. And so you go and figure out the old lie that you're believing when you go and it produces those specific thoughts that I'm not worthy enough for that person or whatever. And you're going to go and write that down. Write it down in quotes. Put out the old lie and write it down in quotes. And then below that, reinforce again the new beliefs about yourself. So let's go back to the situation. You see that person you like, whatever. We're going to go use that one because everybody understands that. Well, then your new ones about yourself are like, I succeed at everything that I do. I'm worthy and deserving of everything that I want. My dream relationship is waiting for me. That's exactly what I said earlier, but that's what you're going to do. And so in the morning, you've gone through and you've seen that specific situation, and now you're conscious of it. You're reminding yourself of it. This internal work is good, but the hardest part is to not forget and go back into the old habit and believing and way of mind that we've practiced for the last 14, 15, 25, 35, 45 years of our life. And so now you have the specific situation and you've practiced in your mind going and recognizing, seeing that thing, that old lie you're falling for, and practice deciding the way that you're going to think and respond to it. And here's where the rubber meets the road. Now you're in the situation and you see it and you start recognizing it, and it's almost comical. You're like, oh, that's the old lie. Dissociate. And you're like, oh my gosh, I recognize that. And then you can feel gratitude. You can be like, oh my gosh, This is it. This is what I practice. There's the old lie. And this used to control me so much, but I like, holy cow, I'm not attached to that anymore. And then you reinforce your new beliefs and you say that to yourself. And that situation, which could have brought up these negative feelings about yourself for years, you simply just become conscious and just do this for a week or two. You practice just going and turning off the old connection, the old synaptic connection in your brain, and turn on and reinforce that new one of the new belief about yourself and the world. Within a week or two, it's not even going to bother you. And then occasionally when it does come up, you have the muscle memory. You know exactly how to go and get rid of it. And you can just do this with one thing at a time for a couple weeks. You keep doing that. You just do that daily. You can understand the power if you do that even daily for a year. Me doing this daily for a month has been completely life-changing, and it's the simplest thing in the world. My iPhone storage just got full when I was getting fired up, but it's crazy, isn't it? But here's the incredible thing, if you really understand this work, is if you understand that jealousy or that negative emotion, that whatever, that specific event that's bringing up this own incorrect belief about yourself, when you understand it in this lens, you can actually be thankful for it. It's not your enemy. Sun Tzu in The Art of War, he said, know thy enemy. Jealousy's not even your enemy now, because you can be grateful for it. You can understand and be thankful that it's going and showing you this unconscious thing, this poor decision you made about yourself, probably when you're between 0 to 8 years old. And it's showing you that it's not there for you anymore. And so that situation that keeps coming up in your life, that keeps bringing out this negative response, you're good. You see it now, and you can step back and be so grateful, because it's like your transformation into becoming this new person who doesn't even experience that. Because when you go and do it in this way, you become this new person over time that is filled with self-worth. And you've practiced so much increasing and using those connections and filled with self-confidence and with knowledge that everything that you want in life is yours and these different things, that that's just an old self that doesn't even bother you anymore. And so that's the power of it. It's your friend. It's this opportunity to show you exactly what's been looking and been waiting for years to change. And when you change that, you start attracting new things into your life. You start attracting new people who are in line with those specific beliefs. You start going and bringing new things into your life. And so I want you to go and do this work. Do it. Go and add the specific thing under your decision matrix. Make your decision matrix of your new beliefs about yourself and apply it. Do it for a month. Do it for 2 months. Do it for 3 months. Do it every day this year. It's fun. It's actually super fun. It's super easy, and it's going to genuinely change your life. And so, yeah, for our 15 people here, you've been taking notes. Absolutely legendary. Let's drop this. This year's going to be generational. We're going to win. We're going to get everything we want out of life. I'm honestly being dead serious. I think the biggest shame is how it's rare nowadays to have a high self-worth. And I think we learn that through Instagram and through comparison and these different things. No more. I see too many great people who have absolutely incredible attributes and everything like that, and who have a poor self-worth or don't think they're worthy of specific things, and I hate it. And I never want to see that again. My best friends, my best people, they deserve the world. And us as good people, we deserve it. So let's go and let's absolutely conquer and destroy these limited things in our life. Let's become new people. It's going to be probably the greatest year. 2026 is about to be the greatest year of all time. And so thanks for listening.